So it's saying, all right, you live. And then basically, people come in. It's like a live, you know?
What up?
Oh, my God. Oh, Brian right there, Daddy. He just joined.
Where you at?
Black Man Project is his name. You can say hi.
What's up?
Is this diet?
Sprite.
It's gross. What's up, y'all? These are people. Like, every time something pops up, that's a different person coming on.
Okay.
He's so extra. Ebby on here. What's up, Ebby?
Can we get to the questions?
Boy, you need to wait. People got to come online first.
Oh.
It's got it like people are coming. So they sending out the thing like, hey, people coming. And then we'll be... Y'all, I don't know how this is about to go. But he extra. And I had to pull his teeth. And he go to bed in 20 minutes. So this going to be real quick. You got your coffee? It's 90 degrees and this nigga out here drinking coffee. Anyway, happy Father's Day to everybody. We waiting. Just like 2 minutes. You can just chill. Don't you owe me some money?
You owe me. I want my money before you go, too. You owe me.
Owe you for what?
I'm going to let you off with $100. You got $100. Then you was going to
No,
give me
no, no. I'm
gift.
giving you $100 for Father's Day, but why do I owe you another $100 for the, what's the name? Oh.
You said you was going to give it back.
Oh, no, I am. Let me tell y'all what he did yesterday.
They don't need to know my business.
You played me, though.
I didn't play you. You played yourself.
You played me.
Whose money did you spend?
It's not about whose money. I technically spend my own money because I'm giving you the money back.
Okay, then.
I didn't have no
so
cash
then you
on
wasn't
me.
playing.
But you played me by... We at the horse races. 10 races strong yesterday. Me, him, and our cousin. The last race, we made a big bet. We didn't really win. We broke even.
Right.
We've been betting the whole day together. Splits.
Right.
Before we leave, guess who sneaks and makes their own personal bet?
Me.
Guess who won a couple $100 and didn't say nothing?
Me.
You played me.
I didn't play you. I told you I was going to the... What did I tell you I was going to do?
You said you was going to the window when we were leaving.
Okay. Now I went to the window, made a bet.
No, you said it like you was going to get your cash out.
That's what you assumed.
You are fake, bro. All right. We're going to start this how we always started. Daddy, when we do this, I normally start with meditation. A breathing, you know, like just a little breathing meditation thing. You don't have to participate if you don't want to.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. You going to do it too?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you just going to have me do it?
I'm observing. Like everybody else.
Oh, Lord, y'all. Every time I stop assuming. Anyway, all right. So we're going to make this quick. We'll do a quick 1 minute just breathing exercise. Actually, we'll do a grounding exercise. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method. And we will start with 1 deep breath in. Exhale. Another deep breath in. And we'll continue to breathe in and out. Don't think too much about how you're breathing. Just allow your breath to flow naturally. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And we'll start with 5. Think about 5 things that you can see. Find 5 different things that you can see. And just notice them as you're breathing. And right now, we'll go to 4. Find 4 things that you can hear. Wherever you are in your house or outdoors. As you continue to breathe. Just notice 4 things, 4 sounds around you. Then we'll go to 3. Find 3 things that you can touch Notice those. And then work our way to 2. Take a deep breath in. And notice 2 things that you can smell. And finally on 1, notice 1 thing that you taste. And on this last inhale, breathe in peace. Exhale anxiety. Breathe in love. Exhale fear. And thank you for being here on Safe Space today. Good job, Daddy.
Okay.
You did a good job. All right, so this is a special edition of Safe Space. As y'all know, I am now officially back at home in Tulsa. Are you happy about that?
I need to check that one out for a little while longer.
What?
She told me to say what's on my heart.
You are really fake. Anyway, I'm at my daddy's house. We outside. We doing Safe Space here outside. And I just wanted to do, I guess, something different because it's Father's Day. We already spent our Father's Day yesterday. It's pretty easy going. But today it'll be me and my dad, and then my brother get on later. But I feel like my dad is pretty candid, and we have a pretty close relationship. And it wasn't always like that. I think we both worked really hard equally to really get our relationship to the place that it's at now. And so I feel like, obviously, he's one of my best friends. Most of y'all see me post this stuff all the time. But we have a very no BS relationship. Would you agree?
I agree with that.
And he plays so much, so just bear with us. And so it wasn't always like that. We weren't close when I was little, right? We wasn't close. He wasn't really around. And I feel like, you know, a lot of times you hear these stories about fatherlessness and absent fathers, and you don't really get to hear stories where the narrative changes at the end, and a lot of people don't even get to experience that. And so I think for us, it's not some fairy tale story. I think it's like it was a hard work story. And so I'm going to kind of interview him because I think one way that we got close was how he led the relationship at times and was just really honest. And so, yeah, I think the first thing is like, how do you think that me and you got to be as close as we are right now? Considering we weren't really close for a long time and there was a lot of hurt and all that type of stuff. Like, what do you feel like you did what was your contribution to it?
This is how I feel deeply in my heart. How can a kid know how, or how can an adult know how to raise a kid when he's still a kid with inside of his heart?
Yeah.
You don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I had some things that happened in my past, but I chose to run from.
Yeah.
And I chose alcohol and drugs, gambling, women, whatever. I chose to go that route. It didn't work. So as time went on, I come to the conclusion that I needed to try to straighten my life out. And through the process that I was straightening my life out, I said to myself, the best thing that I could do for my kids is start trying to be honest and tell it the way I saw it.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees things differently. There's one person's side, there's my side, and then there's the gospel truth. So I try to stick with more so my side and the gospel, because if I lie about something, God gonna judge me on that. And I ain't trying to lie about it today. What's funny?
No, I'm just saying, I'm with you.
You know, and that's just...
But practically though, do you feel like practically, I don't remember like when we started talking or whatever, but I feel like you just started telling me, this is what happened. This is what I was doing. This is why I wasn't there. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the reason that was because when kids are growing up, those of us who try to be a parent and know nothing about a parent have a tendency to tell the story in a different way so we won't look bad.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
you're trying to be the good.
That's
you
right.
You don't want to be the villain.
That's right. So with that being said, it was time for me to tell my truth the way I saw it.
Yeah.
Without bad-mouthing anybody during the process.
Yeah.
That was the neatest gift that I could have given you or anybody that wants to take the time and hear my side.
Yeah.
Whether it be right, wrong, or indifferent, this is how I dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. No, I feel like that. I agree. I think he did I think two things. His honesty created a space for me to just learn how to be really honest. And I think I'm still learning that, but like brutally honest to the point where it's like, you got to say what it is so that you can actually deal with what's there and not hide and all that type of stuff. But I think too, his honesty allowed me to have forgiveness and to then build from there. Because I think if he wouldn't have been honest and wouldn't have been like, yo, I really effed up and I really did this and that, and really he had done his work though, because you done a lot of counseling work in your AA meetings.
That's right.
He's been to AA and he's been to counseling. Is it AA meetings?
Almost 10 years of counseling.
10 years of counseling, AA meetings, stuff like that. And he kind of put me on game with the counseling. I know you always want to try to act like you put me on game. But you know you did. You really did put me on game with the counseling, with the Codependent No More book.
Right.
Books that he was reading in, his AA meetings. And his brutal honesty, I either had to embrace it and forgive him with the same grace that I was going to need. Because the reality is, it's like, even though I don't have kids, there are people in my life that I'm going to brutally hurt, that I probably have hurt. Parents, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. That grace would be needed. And so I think for me, I had to do work too, because I had to decide whether or not I was going to hold him to all the things he had done, or I was going to actually make space for a new relationship, and one that was not perfect, and one that did not come with all the frilly little memories of childhood. Because I think I also had to grieve the fact that I couldn't look back and say, oh, remember when I was 15 and 16 and you took me to prom and 17? I didn't have that. But I had to grieve that and just deal with the fact that you gonna be sad and pissed off that you didn't have that. But you have an opportunity to have something new. And I think that's the gift to me, is like, I'm not harping over not having you at some 16, 17 prom now, because I got you now. And for some people, they may not be able to get to
Well,
that.
and that's what I wanted to say something about. Not just with you being mine, or kids in general. What happens is that a lot of kids, even a lot of adults, don't learn how to forgive. They put on this fake mask like, oh, I forgive you, but they still carrying that pain on rib 34. And then when something comes up, then everything comes out.
Yeah.
Or if you get drunk, you bring all that stuff up. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll do a scenario like this. I was doing something in one of my classes, and they told me to come home and ask my mama, because I have issues about hugging and people touching me. Well, with that being said, we didn't have that in my family.
Yeah.
I was always jealous of that.
Yeah.
And then when I saw my ex-wife and her family do it, I was very jealous of them. But I came home one day and I asked my mama, why is it every time I put my arm around you, you kind of shun? And it took almost a month and 2 months. And she said, my mama never did hug me. So see, that dysfunctionalism started way back then, and it's passed on and on and on. And unless somebody is willing to take the chance to come out and put it on the table and be as real as you can be with it, then it ain't no growth for nobody in the equation. And the neatest gift, you asked me a question in the house, and I wanted to say this about that. You asked me, what was it that I know now that I wish I knew a few years back? And that was wisdom. Well, with that being said, I used to run around with old folks all the time, and I took on a lot of that stuff. But one of the things that I understand now is that I use my grandsons every now and again to do work, and it makes my heart feel rewarding knowing that I'm trying to teach them something that is meaningful in life itself. Not so much about working as it is everyday living issues. Because unless they learn this from somebody that they can trust, then they're going to be lost. And I don't want my generation to be as lost as I was.
You don't want us to be as lost as you
That's right. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I think that's real. I feel like you being able to identify dysfunctionalism, and you even giving me language to dysfunctionalism, because a lot of stuff I feel like we just naturally embrace. I didn't even know it was dysfunctionalism, like the codependent stuff.
That's right.
And he would be like, yo, you codependent. And I'm like, what? And then so we start reading this book, and I realized, man, it was passed down. But I think with us, I know he don't like to hug. And I know that, so I have two options. I either allow him to grow slowly in a way that's comfortable for him, even though it still may bother me at times. Right. I think we have a understanding where it's like 3 seconds in and 3 seconds out.
Right.
So it's like I still get the hug I want. He ain't got to be feeling awkward. 3 seconds out. And I wish I don't think my sister's on here, but I wish she was, because it was such a great story of healing, and such a great story of just love and family, with our family at least. We just met, it's been 3 years? 4 years?
4 years.
It's been 4 years. We didn't meet our sister, his daughter. He hadn't seen her in 40 years. 42 years. Never seen her since she was 2 years old. Since she was a baby.
Since she was a baby.
My sister, he hadn't seen my sister since she was a baby. We had never met my sister. She found us on Facebook. And now they really best friends. It's like they like this. And they have done a work together that's so powerful that it's the most forgiving thing I ever seen in my life, honestly. But you see two people willing to do the work. And I think one thing that I want to say, the name of the book is called Codependent No More. But one of the things that I realize is that, man, people a lot of times have hatred and anger and whatever against their parents, but y'all are really not willing to do the work. And sometimes it may not be safe. And so I'm not saying every parent-child relationship is going to end up like this, because if the parent ain't willing to do the work, ain't going to be no healing.
That's right. And you have to put that on, that's both sides.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If the child isn't willing to own up to their stuff and what they were taught, because some kids, even myself, some of the things like, I'll take a small thing like big boys don't cry. I heard that all my life, and I done ran my damn head into the wall, and my daddy telling me big boys don't cry. Well, that's BS. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the neatest gift that a parent or a child can do is, first off, if there's some dysfunctionalism or there's some hatred, you have to be willing to listen to the other person's side. Whether it be right or wrong to you. That's how we saw it.
Are you saying listen and don't say nothing?
That's right.
Nothing. Even if what they're saying is totally wrong.
Nothing.
Even if you disagree.
Nothing.
That is hard.
I didn't say it was going to be easy.
No, I'm just saying
okay.
that is a hard thing to do, because while the person is talking,
your feelings are involved, and first thing you want to do is react on feelings, and that ain't what the person is doing. See, I can remember, and I'm not going to use any names, I can remember when I was in recovery, and a person told me to go home and tell this mate of mine, well, from now on, when you cook spaghetti or some sauce, anything of that nature, will you please let me know so I can go fix something for myself?
Because you don't like spicy food.
Well, and I had heartburn problems real bad.
You still got heartburn problems.
With that being said, what this mate of mine done, she cooked stuff that was spicy for 7 days in a row.
Because her feelings was hurt.
Because her feelings were hurt. She didn't try to hear what I was saying. She felt and reacted to what I was saying. Whew. And man, that's powerful.
Okay, so you saying that is crazy, because naturally we feel like we don't got control of our feelings. But we do. Yes,
we do.
So you saying the first step is listening and almost not removing your feelings, but allowing your feelings to exist, just not allowing them to control you
or to react.
So listen, Trey pulling up. Listen, and then feel what you feel, and then
remove that, and try to hear what the person is saying.
Which doesn't mean your feelings are void.
That does not mean that your feelings are what they're supposed to be. But as human beings, we are so dysfunctional when it comes to feelings because we've always have responded with a reaction of either positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
And it just don't go down that way. Okay. Just because you bring me home a pair of blue shoes for my birthday, I should have the right to tell you I don't like the blue shoes.
Yeah.
And that I want red shoes.
Yeah. We don't give ourselves permission to be honest.
That's right.
And to hold our feelings without reacting.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is I mean, that's real. No, y'all can come over. My brother and my nephew and them just got here and they're walking over. No, I think that's pretty fire. And we looking to see who pulling up. Hi, buddy. My nephew just got here and I haven't seen him in so long. You want to say hi to the camera? And he just woke up. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was good, Daddy. You checking out?
Are you over?
He's checking out of this.
No, I'm not checking out.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Here. Okay. I feel like what you just said is so key because even now I'm like, man, what does it mean to listen and feel and be and hear? Intentional hearing before I respond and react. That's hard.
Well, in relationships, whether it be mom or daddy, child to parent, or especially even in relationships, do you know the dysfunction that goes on in marriages are so brutal because we won't listen and we won't hear what the other person's saying?
Because we're afraid?
No, because it may be some truth to what I'm saying, and the truth may hurt you.
So I don't want to hear because I want to protect myself.
That's right.
So
you bring that dysfunctional stuff from your previous stuff into this stuff.
Yeah.
And it destroys everything.
And into your kids' life.
That's right.
But that's why I think it's grace. Because I think it wasn't until I was an adult that I was able to say, before my dad is my dad, he's a man and he's a human. And he was somebody's child, right?
With stuff.
With a bunch of stuff.
Stuff.
Oh, sister. You there. Ashanti.
Where's she at?
Oh, sister, please tap in because I just want y'all to hear from my sister for 2 seconds. She on here. Sister request. And I just want to ask you one quick question.
And then I can go.
Yeah, we're gonna tap Ashanti.
Brian, what's up, brother?
Sister, request. I'm gonna add you to our live if your hair is done and you feeling like you want to be live.
Yeah, other times you want to be on stuff.
Daddy's talking crazy. Oh, okay, there she go, y'all. This is my sister. They twins too.
Now, what did this thing do afterwards?
You can save it, but she about to come on. Okay, I'm connecting you.
What do you say?
Scoot your head back, girl. Scoot your head back. Sister, okay, y'all, this is my older sister. She in Texas. And they twins. Scoot back. What you doing? Drinking the drink? You can drink your drink out here. What she doing? Okay, sister, I got one question. Daddy, be quiet. I was telling them, we was talking about forgiveness, sister, and just how I was talking to Daddy about how we learned to get close. And I said the craziest story is y'all's story and how much forgiveness and I don't even know how y'all did that, but how you
walked in a door with forgiveness.
Yeah, but how you could come in after 40 years of being rejected by our grandparents,
right?
Daddy not being able to find you, all of this stuff. Like, how were you able to love him? You only been in his life for 4 years, and it's like y'all been in each other's life for 40 years. What are give me the 3 things, or give me the things that you feel like you had to do.
It took a lot of prayers. It took a lot of prayers. And in order for me to forgive him, I had to forgive myself for whatever.
Yeah.
So and I just went from there. And it was just a one day at a time process. But like you say, these been the best 4 years, the best 4 years that I could have
Yeah. What
ever.
do you feel like Daddy did to help you embrace him?
Um, he just opened up his arms,
Yeah.
with grace and mercy. I mean, it was challenging, and I understood his struggle with it. Not knowing how to love or how to do things differently. But I mean, as we every day was something different that we both had to learn.
Yeah. Do
We
y'all
learned
feel like
about
y'all
each
had to
other.
have some brutal, honest conversations? Brutally honest conversations?
No, no, because I never wanted to know why he wasn't there. I just went
Mm.
in. I never wanted to know, and to this day, I still don't want to know.
Woo!
I mean, because where we're at
She said
now,
she didn't need to know why you wasn't there. She just wanted to start her thing. That's a whole nother level of life.
And I can
I'm
be
saying
okay
that's it.
with
No,
that.
I'm saying that's another level of maturity.
That's right.
it was. It comes with much.
That's
It comes
right.
with a lot of growth. It comes with a lot of growth. And I mean, and we talk. If we don't talk every day, we talk every other day.
Yeah,
He talk crazy, I talk crazy.
cause
But
y'all both crazy. She
I
from
didn't ask you.
Louisiana, y'all. I know y'all hear that twang on her voice.
I didn't ask you to chime in and say we was crazy because the apples don't fall too far from the tree.
No, I think it's good. I just wanted to chime in because I feel like a lot of people who have stories like yours, like I could be like, oh, I didn't have my daddy for a couple years. It's like you didn't have him for 40 years,
42 years.
and you are still able to find the grace and love to say the 4 years are still worth it, and whatever time is left is
It's worth
still worth
every
it.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and you don't have to hold on to the fact that he did you wrong, so he's not worthy of the 4 years. Which everybody got their own story, right? Everybody
Right,
may not want to
everybody,
come
but
back.
you have to be before you even walk into that situation. I talked to you about it, and I was terrified. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Even to talk to him, I was going through my own mixed emotions. But once I got there and I prayed about it, them prayers helped a long way.
yeah.
Along the way, it really
And I
gave
think
me.
it's supernatural. I think it was a God thing. Like even
It
him
was.
being a different person, it's not that he just also decided that one day he was going to be a different person. It's like God has actually made him a different person.
And I
Anybody who
mean,
know him, he a different person.
he
And
is.
man,
He
don't
has.
let your phone ringing in this. You're not
He
getting
could see.
paid.
He sure not. He fine, sister. Just fine.
Man, you better
Hey,
keep on doing what you got
no.
to do because this is
Yeah,
getting
but
We
he,
about to let you go anyway.
man, yeah, man can't
Cause
cooperate
he
with
extra.
nothing. Always
Ugh.
doing the most.
Ain't got
Yeah.
nobody to talk to but us two.
well.
He kind
Anyway,
of looking
sister,
handsome. He looking
huh?
kind of handsome there with his clothes on.
She said you look kind of handsome with your shirt on.
I'm always
Lord, can't
duh.
give him no compliment.
Just say thank you.
That's
Well,
it.
see, that's one of my other issues.
What?
You can't take compliments.
I can't take compliments because what I heard was you're dumb, you're stupid, and you weren't going to amount to anything
Mm.
as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the older I'm getting, and the more I'm trying to get in touch with God, I know I'm a good person, and I know that she means well when she gives me the compliment. That doesn't mean that I haven't fully learned how to embrace that.
So this is lifelong work.
That's right.
All right, Mrs. Sims, we're gonna let you
Okay,
go.
love y'all. Brian, what's up?
Oh, Brian
What's
gonna
up,
go
old
ahead
man?
next. Sister, I love you.
I love you too. Hey, save this. I need to see this from the beginning. I want to see.
Okay, you gotta go watch it. I'm gonna save it. Bye, sister.
You better save it. Love you. I'll talk to you
I
later.
am. Yeah, y'all. So that was my daddy. My brother Brian is supposed to be chiming in a second. He has an amazing work that he does called Unmasculinity, and it's a work with men. And so if he's on here, chime in. But before we go to Brian, I want to do one writing prompt because I know everybody's experience with fatherhood could be fatherlessness. You could have never had a father. Your father may have passed. You may have never met your father. I just want us to do a quick writing prompt. You don't even have to write. You can at least. I mean, you can even just sit and think through what you feel. But if you do have a pen, I just want to do one quick prompt. And we'll do it for 2 minutes. Um, and we'll start at 8 o'clock. Hey. Sorry, guys. We're in the country and the window is open and they're talking loud. Um, what does the word father make you feel? So we'll do 2 minutes and you can just sit and think. And so right now, it's not for you to critique it, for you to edit it, for you to judge whatever comes to your mind. Just allow it if you can. And maybe this is the first time some of us and some of y'all have actually thought about what today feels like. And maybe there's emotions of sadness, of joy, whatever it is. I encourage you to just allow that to be. And for the next 2 minutes, starting now, you can write or simply just reflect on what the word father makes you feel. And we'll start now. And if you're writing, just write. Don't feel the need to edit or reread it. Just allow yourself to feel whatever that is. The intention of this prompt is to just acknowledge what's there, to notice it without critique or judgment, and to allow yourself to fully feel that today, specifically on Father's Day. And for some of you, today may be Mother's Day because you did not have a father. And so, whatever you feel, just feel the freedom right now to notice it and acknowledge it. You don't have to embrace it. You don't have to accept it. Just notice it. And we got about 30 more seconds for you to just acknowledge it. And if you want to put it in the comments, feel free. I love y'all sharing. And if not, you can keep it to yourself. Whatever makes you feel the safest. And that is the end of our prompt. And so it is 8 o'clock where I'm at. It's probably 9 o'clock where y'all are. I want to bring in my brother Brian if he's here with the Black Man Project. And if he's not, that's okay too. Today doesn't have to be long. I know y'all been with y'all families and yeah, just hanging out. And so I just wanted to create a space. I am home now. I am in Tulsa. I'll be here for a couple months. And I'm happy to be here. And I didn't realize, for me, the healing that was present here coming home, and just being around my parents and learning them as adults and as friends, not coming in and asking them to parent me, even though I still crave their parenting. I think the thing for me that has created the most space of healing is like, I'm not asking them to be my parent right now. I'm trying to understand them as humans and as my friends, and I think that allows me to have grace for them, yeah, to just be who they are. And so I feel like that was a pretty good run. I feel like I don't see my brother on here. I don't know where he's at. Um, and if he's not here, that's fine too. I can catch him at a different time. If you are a man and you are looking for a community online, if you live in Houston, my brother's company is called Unmasculinity. You can look up the Black Man Project on Instagram. He does so much healing work with African American men around emotions, around redefining masculinity, around embracing sexuality, around being a father. He has 2 twins. He is, primary parent of his 2 twins, and so he has a unique story himself. And so yeah, I feel like this was great. I almost feel like I'm pushing it to even keep going. I feel like that was an amazing 30 minutes with my dad. And yeah, I love y'all. If y'all have not streamed Back to Love, please do. My new record came out. Shauna Peasy just put up Brian's Instagram, but I had a record that came out on Juneteenth called Back to Love. And for me, the record is just about us returning to love after we have fought and after we are continuing to fight what will be a very long fight towards justice and freedom. We have to find a space to return back to love daily, loving ourselves, our relationship with God, if that is what you have. And if not, man, this is always a space that I want to extend for people to consider God, consider exploring God. For me, that is through Christian faith. But this is always a space where I just want to invite you to explore God again, maybe in a new way. And Back to the Love is about that. It's about going back to the things that have helped us last, the little things, dancing with your family, dinner, hugs, playing cards, the small moments of connection that we need to actually endure. And so Back to Love is out now on all streaming platforms. Thank you to Swoop, who's an amazing father, um, as well, who produced the record. And thank you to Will, who have curated, PZ, Nikki, everybody who's just been a part of this record process. Thank you, Yaz. My album, y'all, comes out 7/17. Um, yeah, next week I'll have a big announcement. My birthday is next week, next Thursday. So I'm going to be celebrating all weekend, but I have a big announcement. Can't wait to share with y'all. The album is done. The album is fire, and I'm not gassing myself. The album is actually fire, and it's a big hug. Everybody's calling the project a hug, and I think that's what it is. It's me hugging myself, first and foremost, and hopefully that hug extends to everybody else. So y'all go stream Back to Love. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Eat some food. My birthday is 6/25, and all I want y'all to do is love yourselves, stream my music, and consider God in a new way. And yeah, protect Black men, protect Black women, celebrate Black lives. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's not get silent, y'all. This is a long work, so let's continue to do what we know to do. Make sure you are voting locally. Make sure you are informing yourself. Make sure you are doing the work. Make sure you are not exhausting yourself teaching other people, and get back to the love when you can. I love y'all. Have a happy Sunday. If you're in Tulsa, pull up. I want to see all my friends. I want to be involved in the community. Yeah, I'm happy to be home, and hopefully y'all are at home somewhere and are happy there. And if not, man, I'm sending my love and my prayers to you. Yeah, don't lose hope, man. God is with us, and even when we don't feel it, I personally believe that God is in control and is loving and will demand justice himself, because God is a loving and just God. So I love y'all. Have a happy Sunday. I'm about to go in the house and snuggle my nephew to pieces. See y'all later.